Good afternoon, Bluebeamers. My name is Troy DeGroot with U Chapter 2, and I'm excited to partner with the team at Brighter Graphics to deliver world-class Bluebeam training and customization services so you can get the most out of your Bluebeam investment. This one's going to be packed full of settings and preferences that will serve as essentially tips and tricks that stay active after turning them on. We're going to lay the foundation for saving time and creating more accurate markups and measurements in Revu. We're going to jump down to our navigation bar, which is this bar down here. Again, if you don't see that, you're going to go up to your tools, toolbars, make sure that your navigation bar is checked on. Okay, navigation bar down here. I'll show you a few of these buttons and how they work. On the far left, we can split our screen vertical or horizontal or both up to 16 times. So I could have my drawing over here. I could have my spec document on this side. I can split this up to 16 times to show as many of these as I want. So really nice to be able to look at the drawing, look at the specs all together. If this is just something you're referencing, this spec document, you can grab onto the tab here and drag that onto another monitor if you want to. So it's not taking up your drawing real estate in Bluebeam Revu. Just pull that off to the side. You can see it. You don't need to make edits or anything like that. You still can make edits, but it's a little weird because your document's over on the other monitor and all your tools are still over here. So I always refer to it as a reference page off to the side. Okay, so again, up to 16 times you can split your screen and have those different things open. And then to close those, I just click on the X, or you can click the unsplit button down here to go back to your single document. As we go across here, one full page, this is going to be the default view when you open a large format document. So over here, Bluebeam actually knows this is a 42-inch by 30-inch document. Because that's large format, it's going to automatically put us in one full page, which means my left mouse button will move the paper and my center wheel will zoom in and zoom out. If I open up an 11 by 17 or an 8.5 by 11, the default is going to be scrolling pages here. Again, it will tell you the size of the document over here. And this time with scrolling pages, it's going to maximize the width of the document. And then your scroll wheel is going to scroll through the different pages in the document, just like Word or PowerPoint. And you can switch those at any point, just like we did here. This is a full large format. I wanted to scroll, I go to scrolling pages. I want to zoom in, I go back to my one full page. Okay. As we work our way to the middle, I keep my settings on the pan 100% of the time, so I can move my paper, zoom in, zoom out. I used to use the select arrow to be able to draw a window around things and select them. So if you go from left to right, it's going to select everything inside that window. If you go from right to left, it's going to be anything that that window touches. Okay. Having the arrow selected kind of screwed me up at times because I would select something, I would go to move over, and it would draw a new box. So what I do is I actually keep it on the hand. That's going to move my drawing. But if you hold down your right mouse button instead of the left, you can actually draw those same windows. So just hold your right mouse button down, draw a window to select things. So I don't have to switch modes at all. I just leave it in the hand mode. Across here, I can select if I want to drive it to a particular scale. I can do that. If I go to my combined drawing here, you'll see that there's 36 pages and I'm on page 2. If I want to go to page 5, I can just highlight that, click 5, enter, and it will take me to the 5th page in that set. Then I can also use the previous page, first page, next page, last page, and then as I'm navigating through all of those, I always have my previous view and next view buttons, so I can go back to where I was previously, go back a couple, and go forward again. These are extremely nice when you're going through a set of drawings and you're looking at the plan and you go to the section cut. You can very quickly go back to the plan view. And then over here, I've got my disable line weights highlighted blue turned on. Let's see what that looks like. This is a good example. You can see all the line weights are pretty thin here. When I turn this off, that's not a good example. Let's go back to here, and I know we're running out of time, so I'm going to do this quick. You can see how thin these wall lines are. When I turn on my line weights, you can see they get much thicker. So for me, that proposes a challenge when I start to do measurements and things like that. So I like to make sure that I leave those off by default, so I can easily know where the center, where the exact line is, and do measurements to those. I hope you took some notes. I hope you enjoyed the detailed introduction of parts of the interface in Bluebeam Revu. Thanks for joining us. Reach out to Darren and his team at Brighter Graphics to learn more about additional licenses of Revu Extreme or the small investment of upgrading your existing seats. And as always, if you have any questions regarding training or customization services for your company, don't hesitate to reach out to our team as well.